you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world. Try not to bash into the walls too much. Try to have a nice family life. Have fun. Save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your host, this is your Inner City Wake Up Call, your Inner City Wake Up Call, coming to you out of Wilmington, North Carolina, 365 days a year. Had a remote site this morning. Be back in the studio again tomorrow morning live. So we are shooting this remote this morning. Your announcements for, again, this month, this week specifically, MLK Breakfast this Saturday at UNCW. And that's January the 16th at UNCW, MLK Breakfast. I think Harvard Jennings is going to be the guest speaker. January the 18th, Advanced Youth Outreach. That's on a Monday night. He's having a family event. He's inviting everybody out for his family event over at AY Service. It's really kind of like a grand opening of his building he has over there. He's going to do a social resource center for the youth. So hit him up on his Facebook page, Vance Williams. Help him out. Let him know what's going on. NAACP meeting on the 28th of this month at 7 p.m. St. Stephen's Red Cross Street. If you got any announcements for February, I need to get them in. Please send them to noocovers at gmail.com and continue to send your business listings in. We're finishing that up now. And appreciate all the comments that we're getting on the business page and trying to get this thing up and running. We need a network. We're going to start with what we got. We're going to start with the businesses that we got. We're going to put them on a page, and we're going to open it to the public. I don't want to charge for the advertisement. People keep asking about ads. I don't want to charge. I want to make this a service. The way it works is you give and you get back. So that's what we're doing at No Cover. We're just trying to give, and God will bless us in return to get what we are due down the road for the work that we're putting in. I want to talk to you this morning. I'm going to give you a preview this morning for the February, what's coming up in February. Well, February, we're going to do 43 days of from the book. This is our book that we put up, doing out now, No Covers. 43 days of thoughts and understanding from a black man's perspective. And I wrote this book. I listened to all these motivational speaks like the one we just heard from Steve Jobs. And I listen to these speeches, and sometimes they're very positive to me. But a lot of times they don't speak our language sometimes. Sometimes I like to speak a little different language, and I like to appeal to a younger audience and an older audience. And so this book, I'll pick it up. We're going to be working out of that book for 43 days in February for Black History Month. We're going to go all the way to March. But I want to share a story with you this morning that comes out of the book. And I always talk about this one sometimes. It's the seagull story. Tiva loves this story. Tiva Johnson, he always talks to me about the seagulls. The seagull story is about a situation that happened to me. I was walking down the beach in Myrtle Beach a couple years back. And I had went and got you know how you go get a breakfast biscuit in the morning. And when I got a biscuit, and I'm walking down the beach, just walking, reflecting, you know, that time of solitude. I'm just trying to figure some things out in my own life. And I noticed that as the crumbs would drop, the seagulls would, you know how they do with the beach, they flock for food. And so I would, just playing with the seagulls. I'd drop a little bit and watch them follow me, drop a little bit more crumbs and watch them follow me. And so I did about finish the second biscuit. I had some left over, so I said, well, I'll feed the seagulls. So I drop a little bit and walk a little bit further, and as long as I dropped, they would follow. And then I noticed, I said, well, the biscuit eventually ran out. And I said, well, let me see something. And so I had a bag. And I noticed that when I stick my hand in the bag, by now the seagulls have been trained that something was coming out. And as long as I would stick my hand in the bag, they would still stay right there waiting for that crumb or that biscuit to come out of the bag. In reflection, I realized something. Went home that evening and I started to research seagulls. And I noticed that seagulls, they live by the beach. Seagulls' primarily food, his diet is fish and other sea material, not trash. However, here was a seagull that was willing to take a handout, willing to get a biscuit, willing to follow me all the way down the coast of the ocean. When right 100 feet, 100 yards, right at flying distance, was an abundance of fish. So I began to think. I got back to Wilmington. I said, when I'm at the Hardee's on Oleander, there's seagulls on that pole. It's about 15 miles. That's about a 15 to 20-minute flight from the sea. You mean to tell me that a seagull gets up in the morning and flies 15 miles inland to sit on a pole and hope that you're kind enough to come through the Hardee's and throw a biscuit or throw a fish fry out the window, hope that you throw some trash out the window, hope that you just may give them a handout today? They flew 15 miles in because they live at the beach. They flew in 15 miles. When right in front of their doorstep was the abundance of fish, and they're trained to fish. You know where I'm going with this, right? That's us today. We're waiting for handouts. We're waiting for someone to give us something. We've gotten used to and we've gotten lazy. Right below us, right in our doorsteps, right out in front of our door. All we got to get up and take what's ours, what's due us. It's right there. But you got to be hungry. You got to want it. You got to not want to walk all the way in for a handout. You got to tune in and drive yourself to another level. And that's why I get on it sometimes for being what I call lazy. Because at 52, I tell somebody last night, I can outwork a 25-year-old, and that's sad. Because our young people have gotten complacent and waiting, and you can't wait today. It's right there in front of you. And the second part of that story is, about a couple of years later, I was at the beach down in Carolina Beach. And I love to study seagulls when I get there. So I'm watching again the seagulls, same thing. They're waiting around the trash baskets. And the people are throwing food out. And they dive in the trash basket, or they're trying to get in the trash and get out. Or somebody has some food and throw it in the air and watch the seagulls jump out the air and get it. I said, same lazy seagulls waiting on somebody to feed them. I said, it's the same scenario was at the beach a while back. But then I stopped and leaned back in my chair and I was looking. And if you do this, if you go at the beach, if you look way beyond the coast, if you look out on the ocean and just stare, you'll see it. If you stare hard enough, you will see it. You will see a well-trained seagull that's using its natural ability, going up, diving down, and getting that fish. Going up, diving down, and if you stare hard enough, you take your eyes off what's right in front of you. If you stare out in the horizon hard enough, you will see the natural ability to go get what you have the natural ability to do. I hope I'm talking to somebody this morning. If you take your eyes off right in what's in front of you, if you look beyond your neighborhood, if you look beyond the streets, if you look beyond yourself, you'll see your natural human ability to go out and get some of this prosperity, some of this wealth, some of this kingdom. It's right there for you. You just got to get beyond yourself. You got to get beyond what's present. And you got to get beyond your past. Once you do that, then you'll be able to grow and be the person that you really were destined to be. Just wanted to share that with you this morning. Again, that's coming out of this book, No Covers, 43 Days of Thoughts and Understanding from a Black Man's Perspective. Love you all. Be back live tomorrow morning with a live show, and you can call in on those numbers and give me your 2 cents. Thank you and have a blessed day.